Hey guys, welcome back to my Ratchet and Off-Brand YouTube channel. Today I have some things weighing on my shoulders. I have some things that I need to get off my chest. I am going to share with you my confessions. Number 1, I have a black hair growing out of my mole on my chin that I need to trim at least once a week or else this gets out of hand. Number 3, sometimes instead of doing my dishes, for instance right now in both parts of my sink that is full with dishes, so instead of taking 20 minutes to do some dishes at least, I took 20 minutes to half an hour to go to Walmart and buy disposable eating utensils so that I didn't have to do my dishes. Number 5, sometimes I catch myself having conversations in my head. I make facial expressions to go with the conversations, and sometimes I catch myself doing this in public when people can see me. Number 6, I had braces. I got them put on in 7th grade and I got them taken off at like the end of 8th grade. Since then I have had the same retainer. I do not properly clean it every morning when I take it out of my mouth. Number 7, I will let my garbage overflow for a full 2 weeks before I actually take 3 minutes to walk outside and take it out. Number 8, I have never properly cleaned a bathroom before. Here are the reasons why. Either 1, I lived at home until I went to college and my mom always cleaned our bathroom. Number 2, I lived in the dorms for 3 years and I used a bathroom that the whole floor used. The janitor cleaned the bathroom. I never had to clean it. Number 3, I lived in a house for 2 years with 3 other roommates and I just never cleaned the bathroom, and I had one roommate that kept our entire house clean. The bathroom would get so gross that she would just clean it, and I just never would. My last living situation, I lived in this apartment with my sister. I have cleaned the sink and the bathtub before, but I've never actually cleaned the toilet because my mom, our mom, still comes to our apartment and cleans our toilet for us. Number 9, this is a good one. When I was in elementary or maybe even early middle school, I would go home after school. I rode the bus. I would get off the bus. I would go up to my parents' room and I would watch TV. Now, while I was watching TV, I would sit on their bed and I would pick the boogers out of my nose and I would wipe them on the wall and I would leave them there. And that's really nasty. I don't know why I ever did that, but then I think my brother started doing it. I think he actually got in trouble once for doing it, but I don't think I ever actually got in trouble for doing it. Number 10, I took a legitimate personality quiz, and it tests whether you are narcissistic, you are deceiving or manipulative, or if you're a psychopath. I scored basically 0 on manipulation and psychopath, but I scored in the 75th percentile of all other people who took it of narcissism. So that means I'm obsessed with myself. So I'm working on it. Number 11, this is a good story. One time when I was a freshman in college, I got so drunk at a party that I went to a corner and I was making out with some guy. Then I stopped doing that to go over in another corner across the basement and I started making out with another guy. Then that was not enough for me. So I went back to the first guy to try to make out with him again, and he literally told me, "Sasha, I'm not gonna make out with you because I just saw you making out with that guy over there." And then I had the audacity to tell him, "No, I wasn't." Number 12, sometimes before I get in the shower, I have a 15-minute live music video in my mirror just featuring me. Number 13, I am really saddened to say that at one point in my life, in 2012, when I was 18 years old and I was able to vote in my first election, I voted against Obama because I was that much of an idiot. I think it was Mitt Romney, and I'm not totally sure. So that's how much I knew about what I was voting about, is I don't even remember who I voted for. I had this written down that my cat, Charlie, threw up on the floor, and it took me an entire week just to actually clean it up. And what's funny about this is that I wrote down that it took me over a week to clean it up, but I'm sitting here right now and I have still not cleaned it up. It is still on my floor because I don't know why. I don't really have an excuse. I just didn't feel like cleaning it up. Number 15. So right now I am student teaching. I went to school to be a teacher. I'm getting 2 bachelor degrees, one so I can teach math and one so I can teach art. I will be a licensed art teacher in a little over 3 weeks. And my confession for this is that I, as an art teacher, still cannot make a piece of pottery on a pottery wheel. I could not throw a pot on a wheel if you gave it to me right now. Confession number 16. Now, I used to date a guy when I was in college. He, at one point, lived in a really crappy house with like 4 other roommates, and they had 2 bathrooms, and he was on the main floor, his bedroom was, and it was right across from a bathroom. He wasn't at his house at this point. I don't know why I was there without him. It was like in the morning-ish, I think. I went to the bathroom on like the main floor, and I took a number 2 in that bathroom. I went to flush the toilet, so I went to like push the lever, and I pushed it, and it like started to flush, but then it didn't. So I was like, okay, cool, I just plugged his toilet when he's not even home. So instead of being like a responsible human being and like plunging the toilet and fixing the situation, I just left my number 2 in the toilet. Nobody ever said anything to me about it, so I don't think they thought it was me. Like a little while after that, like maybe a week or 2, I was over at his house again, went to the bathroom, just normal number 1 this time, and his toilet wouldn't flush. Jake, your toilet won't flush. He was like, oh, you have to hold the lever down to make it flush. Like, instead of just pushing it, you had to like hold it for a couple seconds. And I was like, oh, okay. So I hold the lever down. And then I realized when I was there by myself and left my number 2 in the toilet, I don't think I actually plugged the toilet. I think that I just didn't flush it correctly. So I literally left a number 2 in his toilet for nothing because I simply didn't know how to flush the toilet right. Number 17. Like I said before, I lived in the dorms for 3 years. My sophomore year, I lived in a suite with 3 other girls. So we had like a living room, and then we had 2 dorm like bedrooms attached to it. And we all, like, there's a bathroom for the entire first floor. One of my roommates, she came back from taking a shower one time, and she was like, oh my gosh, it's so gross. Like, somebody keeps leaving balls of hair on the shower wall, and it's so gross. Like, why would they do that? Why don't they just clean it up? I just responded with, oh my gosh, yeah, that's gross. I wonder who that is. And it wasn't like she just complained about it once. She complained about it like multiple times. And the whole time, I'm pretty sure it was me. Every time I take a shower, I like lose a bunch of hair. So I like stick it on the wall and just leave it there. My roommate was always complaining about me because I always left balls of hair on the shower. 18. Besides my like underwear, I legitimately do not wash my clothes unless they smell. So I will wear a shirt 5 times or until it gets smelly or it gets something on it, or for whatever reason it's kind of dirty, then I will clean it. I'll even do it with socks sometimes. Like if I only wear socks for like half a day and I take them off my feet and they don't smell, I will literally save them so I don't have to wash them, because that's how much I like doing laundry. 19. So when I was 16 years old, I had my driver's license, and at that point my little brother is 6 years younger than me, which means if I was 16, he was like 10. I took him to town in my car. I think at the time it was actually my mom's car, but now it's my car. I had to go to the bank, so I like parked in front of the bank and whatever I had to do and came back out. My brother was just waiting for me in the car. I came back out. I backed out, or I like went to back up so I could get out because I was kind of like parallel parked. So I back up and then I go, hit the truck that was parked in front of me. And I looked at him and I was like, and in the moment my 10-year-old brother told me, go, 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 go. So me, being a responsible 16-year-old older sister, I listened to my brother and I just drove off. Number 20. So when I was little, I had problems like talking, like I couldn't say my S's, I had a lisp, I don't know what else I couldn't say, but my mom says that I couldn't talk worth crap. Started going to school, I went to speech therapy. Basically what you do is sit there and they'd like show you flashcards and you'd have to like practice saying words and making sounds. I was so good at talking that I did this until 3rd grade. And then I graduated speech. When I graduated, I'm pretty sure I graduated because it was like the last year I could go to speech therapy. They couldn't have me keep going. Like that was as far as you could go in speech. And I remember my speech teacher saying, so like I said earlier, I had braces and my teeth were like, they're pretty janky. So we had to have like a meeting before I graduated with me, my parents, and the speech teacher. And he told my parents that like I'm doing really well. He thinks I'm ready to graduate. I can still work on my S's. Once I get braces when I'm older, he's hoping that my S's will be totally fine. So I graduated speech therapy. 1, because I couldn't go anymore. 2, because janky teeth and he thought that once I got braces, I could speak. So basically, it's a miracle that I can sit here today and speak somewhat like a normal person. Number 21. This is what I looked like in middle school. Alright, so those are all the confessions I have for you guys today. If you can relate to any of these or have a confession of your own, please put them in the comments below so that I don't feel like such a weirdo and failure in life. And thanks for watching today, guys. If this video, if you could relate to it, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. If you watch any of my videos and you haven't subscribed yet, that's just rude. So if you could help me out and press the subscribe button, I would really, really appreciate it. Alright, I'll see you next time I post a video. Bye!